So that was my first time being in drag. And from then, I just explored the world of drag more and more. Yeah. I didn't know how to do makeup, so I took years to learn how to do my makeup and wigs and costumes and everything.
Hello everyone, welcome to the podcast with TEDxΔaKao. So today we have a very, very special guest, Tony, and also known as a drag queen, live singing drag queen in Vietnam. So welcome, Tony. Yeah. And can you tell us a little bit about who you are?
Yes, hi, I'm Tony Tống, and I am a live singing drag queen in Vietnam. Yeah. And it's a pleasure to be here to share a little bit about my story with you guys.
So today we're hosting our podcast at Muji store in Vietnam. So I see like you have a lot of different kind of products around you. So can you share us like what is your favorite Muji product?
Hands down, the pillows. I love the Muji bolsters and the pillows because they're so soft and it's very nice to feel on the skin. So I have a lot of Muji pillows at home actually. It's just, it just feels really good. And also this amazing diffuser. I think the Muji diffuser was the first diffuser that I ever owned, just because the quality is so good. It diffuses the smell. I love it when I'm in my room and it smells nice, So I'm having
what
Muji
kind
products.
Of smell that you like about it?
Kind of smell. I like something woody, but also something floral. Like it just amp up your place a lot.
We have the same interest. I also have a diffuser at home, and I also use the wood.
Right.
Wood smell.
Right. It just elevates your place. It just like zhuzh it up.
A unique path to choose not only just follow the sense of art, but also to follow and become a drag queen. So can you share us a little bit about the good and the bad times, and why you choose this path?
So before I became a drag queen, I was a singer and a musical theater performer. I started performing when I was 5 years old. It was at my parents' friend's wedding party, and they were busy talking, so I got bored. I jumped down and I ran to the stage and I tugged on the sleeve of the MC and I asked, "Excuse me, miss, can I sing a song?" And they were like, "Yeah, what do you want to sing? Like ABCs, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star." And I said, "No, actually my dad listens to the Bee Gees, so can I sing I started a joke by the Bee Gees?" And they were like, "What? This 5-year-old kid?" But then the band could play it, so I sang it. My parents were like,
So what was the song?
I started a joke by the Bee Gees.
Wow.
So my parents were so surprised, like, that sounded like my kid. But that was the first time I stood on the stage and performed. And I still remember that feeling very well. I still remember exactly that stage. And it felt like home. So I continued performing all the way until university days when I took more acting courses and dance courses. And musical theater was the perfect merge of everything artistic. There's singing, there's acting, there's dancing. So I took musical theater courses and then performed in musical theater. Until one day I was casted for a Cinderella play and they wanted me to be the fairy godmother.
Wow.
And I was like,
that's a special role.
It's a very special role, but I was like, but I'm a boy. So they say, I can turn you into like a drag queen and you can perform as a woman. And so I gave it a try, and I remember I looked into the mirror with my face full of makeup, a wig, a beautiful sparkly gown, and I thought that is my final version right there.
Yeah.
So I could.
So how old was you?
That was in 2017. So that was almost 8 years ago. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Wow. So that was my first time being in drag. And from then, I just explored the world of drag more and more. I didn't know how to do makeup, so I took years to learn how to do my makeup and wigs and costumes.
It's like luck, right? To find your best versions when you are at a very young age.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's definitely something that I did not expect to happen. In Vietnamese, it's called "tổ gọi." Yeah, so like the theater gods, the art gods were calling for me. And it just happened, and it becomes who I am. So all that happened when I was in Singapore, because I moved to Singapore when I was a 15-year-old kid, all alone, living in the boarding school, and as I progresses with my path, so I wanted to study theater, but my parents are Asian, so I studied business, but I took musical theater stuff on the side.
And to become a drag queen when, there's a lot of uncertainty ahead. It is kind of like an industry that's very newly established in Vietnam, right? And how do you feel and how you overcome these challenges?
So yes, you're not the first person to ask that question. A lot of people ask why I left probably one of the best companies in the world to do something so uncertain. I remember it's because of this one coffee chat I had with a friend. And we were just talking about life. And he's also doing corporate and doing art at night. And he said, dude, if I have this amount of money, I would just leave my job and do arts full time. And so that evening I went home and I couldn't sleep because I kept thinking about that one line. Thanks to Google, I fortunately have that exact saving. And I thought, what is stopping me from chasing my dream and doing arts full time? And I couldn't find an answer that satisfies me. So I decided to take a leap of faith and left the job and tried to establish myself as a performer full time, which is what I've always wanted to do. It's just, if I don't do it now, probably it'll be too late. If I, one day, touch wood, if I return to the corporate world, I still can, but it might be too late if I want to be an artist full time. So I took that leap of faith and just go for it. And honestly, it's been very, very fulfilling. It's been a year and I would not have changed my decision.
Yeah. So our journey makes sense now, right?
It does, yeah.
Like you've been through the corporate world and you've done your best and you have your own saving. You are putting it into your dreams.
Yeah.
And that must make your life fulfilled. Right?
It is.
Like there's no regret.
No, so almost every night I would just lie in my bed next to my partner and I was like, this is our best life. We're living our best life right now.
Amazing. So I believe that we saw some of your image at Independence Palace. And so what was the event and how you had a chance to, share your views there? So
that was me as a drag queen at the Independence Palace for Viet Pride 2024. I'm actually the first drag queen to speak at the Independence Palace because apart from performing, I'm also an LGBTQIA plus advocate, trainer. I was part of the Pride lead in Singapore for Southeast Asia for Google. So that's why I've been such a vocal person about LGBT. And so it was a big honor for me to talk about how being LGBT friendly will actually help the economy in Vietnam. And to share my views and my experiences at such a monumental location was a big honor for me. But it also helps me realize that the fight is going to be everywhere, So we need to start that conversation. And I'm glad that Vietnam is where I'm born and is my hometown is the place where I get to do that.
So I believe that you're going to give a very amazing TEDx performance coming on the August 2nd with TEDxΔaKao. So before you're going on stage, we want to know a little bit about you and what your impressions with TED and TEDx. And do you have a favorite TEDx talk?
Yes. So when you see me on stage, you will not recognize me because I will not look like this. I will be transformed into drag queen Honey and performing with my musical troupe, the Honeybees. So it's going to be quite a fun, very sparkly, but also hopefully meaningful and impactful for the TEDx stage as well. And honestly, it's really, I'm having a geek out moment that I'm actually performing on a TEDx stage because I used to watch a lot of TEDx videos when I was in school. One that I keep going back to is the one where a guy was explaining ADHD because I have ADHD. And when I was in school, I find it really hard to focus on certain subjects and that I don't like. So when I take that out and understand, yes, okay, this is how I can cope with having ADHD. And actually it helped me a lot in the achievements I have right now is understanding how to cope with myself. So, TEDx is not just a place where there's a speech and you listen to it. That's it. It actually helps transform. It helps elevate or even save lives. So what an amazing stage that you guys have. And I'm so honored to be on that same
Thank
stage.
you so much. As one of the organizer, I really appreciate what you share.
So the Honeybees musical troupe, I generally call them my bees, are actually my students. So when I came back here, I opened Honey Musical Academy, an academy where I teach musical theater skills to beginners and to those who already have experiences, singing, acting, dancing skills, to put them all together and do productions. So these are my students, and I wanted to create a platform for them because in class, sometimes I just sit there and I watch their showcase in class, and I just wish that they could perform this to an audience, because that was such beautiful personal stories that they don't get to tell. So I created shows for the Honeybees musical troupe to perform in, and now I bring them to my events and my shows so that they can have the exposure, because they all have such personal, very different, but very enriching stories that I want to put it out there for people to see and understand them as performers. Some of them are students, some of them are homemakers, some of them are office workers, and they all have very different stories of how performing and music has changed or affected their lives in the most positive way. And now with this stage, they can bring those stories to you. So my life motto is that life is a cabaret. Life is a series of, I treat life as a long show, and we don't know what's going to happen. We're on the edge of our seats, keep the suspense to see what's going to happen next. But fill it with music, fill it with performances, fill it with lights and glamour, and just to sparkle it up, and that makes life a little bit more worth living.
I believe like a lot of people are going through depressions, right? And your cure, maybe that is one cure that you are suggesting, that to sparkle the joy, the impact of music to everyday life.
Definitely. Some of our performers, even in the troupe, suffer from certain, mental health crises or struggles. But music, in one way or another, does help them get through it. I'm not saying it will work for everybody, but for some it works, and it's worth trying. If not just being connected to something that doesn't just use your logical brain, but it touches your humanness inside. I think that is so important. And if I can use that method to enhance or enrich or even save a handful of people's lives, then I think I've done my mission.
Yeah, that's amazing missions. Thank you so much for sharing with us, and thank you so much for listening, and we hope to see you next time. And do check out his performance on Global TEDx channel.